Yes, yes, yes. What is going on, everybody? Hope everyone's having a fantastic day today. So the third day of training camp did happen, but the offensive side of the ball is a huge struggle. Jalen Hurts throwing a couple picks. The offense was just dead in the water, dead. The defense got the day today and got the job done. Before I go into all that news, I want to go over who wasn't at practice today. And Zach Pascal has been dealing with some food poisoning the past couple days. I mean, that's what I heard the other day. He actually put a tweet out saying he was dealing with some food poisoning. So I totally, obviously things happen. You know what I mean? You can't blame anybody. Anthony Harris is still not practicing. I don't know. It was pretty much like it was virus related, but I don't think it is the virus from what it said. I forgot what it exactly said, quote unquote. But he's still out. So that's, obviously what we have so far when it comes to who wasn't practicing today. Obviously, Kelce's back and some of the other guys are back today, which is good. So defense 11 on 11. So 2 picks for Jalen Hurts. Vontae Maggs had a pick on, in front of Goddard today, which was awesome. And a really strong day for Marcus Epps on another. Made a couple good tackles behind the line. Obviously you're not live tackling right now, but, get to the guy, you wrap around, and he actually was all over the field today. And got another pick today. So 2 picks in camp already for Marcus Epps being that solid. And I'm going to talk about what Jonathan Gannon said about Marcus Epps later in this video because I think it's really important, and some of the defensive guys as well. The Kobe Dean started with the second team today. So, I mean, it's very early in training camp, guys. Like, just because, they have a lot of linebackers, we have a very solid group, and they could be putting Kaiser White in middle linebacker. They could be moving guys around constantly, just to mess with what they're doing. You know what I mean? So they probably giving other guys a lot of chances in this defense at the linebacker group. So I wouldn't take that too seriously because it's very early, like I said. Kavon Wallace started first team reps with Anthony Harris out, so reps for Kavon Wallace. And you know what? As much as I don't like Kavon Wallace, I mean, I don't know what the future for him holds. I really don't. Is he just special teams? Can he actually be a serviceable number three safety, a role playing safety, something? I mean, I don't know if he's really that good, but he's getting a lot of reps right now. The past 2 days of training camp, well, technically it's the third day. Like I said, first day they practiced and they had the walkthroughs yesterday. So the 2 times he's had a lot of reps at the starting safety spot next to Marcus Epps, which is good. Now, Haason Reddick, apparently he moved up, in weight, and I think it's like 247 pounds right now. It looks like, from what Jonathan Gannon did say at his press conference, that he has been, they dropped him in a lot of coverage the first day of training camp. I kind of want to see that live action instead of hearing it. I kind of want to see it. I want him as that edge rusher, though, and I think Haason Reddick is a big piece that no one really talks about to this defense. I mean, I think he's one of the most important players because, number one, he's a moving piece because he can move from Sam linebacker to edge rusher, and a guy coming off of 23.5 sacks in 2 seasons. Okay. And I got to see, if I don't see this man over 10 sacks this year, it's going to be a problem. So, that was pretty much all of the news with Reddick. Now, the DB coach, Denard Wilson, is an interesting one because he was promoted to the passing coordinator. And obviously he's already a DB's coach. I think he's done a fantastic job with the cornerback, especially I think our strong suit on defense was this cornerback spot last year, which I thought was pretty good. And believe it or not, Gannon has said that this is his right-hand man. So I kind of think that for the future, if Gannon doesn't pan out to be what he's expected of, I feel like Denard Wilson could be that next defensive coordinator just because of how high that Gannon praises him. So, I mean, it really doesn't mean much of anything. But, it's just to see, like, who Gannon is really close to in this defense. What other coaches is he close to? He's working really hard with. So, it looks like Denard Wilson is that guy, okay? Now, Gannon did talk about Marcus Epps, about him being tough, versatile, and being reliable. And I think, and that's good. I think it's showing in camp, and I think he showed last year when he got in there and played and had a really solid year. And usually, I mean, before that, I really didn't like Marcus Epps. I really didn't talk high on him. I usually always just talk bad about him. But I got to say and give respect where respect is due. He played really well last year, and hopefully it's a even better and bigger, stronger year from from Marcus Epps. So I hope that's the case. Now, offensively, there's really nothing much here. It was more defense, so you're either going to get one or the other. I hope we get, a lot of news on both in the coming days. Like I said, this was only an hour and 10-minute practice, so it goes by really quick. Now, Hurts was 8 for 15, 0 touchdowns, and 2 picks. It says 1 pick. I don't know why, but it already said that Maddox and Epps already had 2 picks today, 1 each. So not really good. So Kenneth Gainwell actually had first-team reps with the running backs today, which is really interesting. Miles Sanders didn't hear a word from him at all. Like I said, I think they're just testing the waters with certain running backs that are starting and stuff like that, because I think theoretically Gainwell could be the future back, to start for the Philadelphia Eagles or to be the leading back of this team, unless they add another piece next year. Because if Miles Sanders plays well, I'm already getting myself prepared that he might be gone next year, but I really hope for a big year. I mean, Miles Sanders looks like he's in shape. There's nothing wrong with Miles Sanders right now, okay? There's nothing wrong with him whatsoever. Do I think that the Eagles need to utilize him a lot better? How they use Boston Scott and Kenneth Gainwell, they need to utilize Miles Sanders like Dougie P utilized him his rookie year in the passing game, and they just don't do it. So I'm hoping maybe they're starting to see that. Maybe they will put him in the passing game, so I'm not really sure. Jason Kelce had his press conference today, too, and talked about the offense. And usually when the media talks shit about how this team looks on paper, if they say bad things about this team, they end up playing well. If they hype this team up to say they're going to play really well, they usually play like shit. And that's the truth, really. I mean, there's good and bad things. I think there's a mixture of good and bad, and I think this team does look good on paper, okay? But the coaches need to produce, and these players got to really produce, because there's going to be a lot of jobs on the line come this year with the coaching staff and obviously with some of these players and where these draft picks are going. And there's so much that goes into all of it. And Kelce said that the defense brought a lot of energy and effort, and they saw it. And from how they looked the first day of training camp, they got beat pretty bad, came back in today and played well. There's nothing wrong with seeing Hurts struggle, okay? If in practice, or this offense in general, okay? I want days where this defense plays really well. I really do. Because if I see just Hurts just having too many good days, it's just like, then it's just too much for me. Then I'm saying, like, all right, well, he's facing his own guys. And look, you can only do so much against your own players because you know them, you know how they are, you know how they play. But once Miami comes into town, we get a better understanding of where this team is at with some players at certain positions. And I think that's really going to help going forward. And obviously preseason coming up, and that's going to be a lot of fun as well. So that was pretty much the third day of training camp. Defense won the day today. Jalen Hurts didn't have a great day. Offensively, nothing. I didn't hear much from anything. No touchdowns, no nothing. I don't think Hurts even threw a deep ball today from what I heard. No deep balls whatsoever today. They did the 11 on 11s and not much there. So other than that, guys, that's pretty much it. What do you guys expect from training camp in the coming days, and just what do you want to see? We've heard about Jordan Davis a little bit here and there, that they're going to pin his ears back. He's going to be violent. They're just going to let him go. And just cause havoc, which he's one of my favorite players. I can't wait to cover him when they have some reports on him, from what they're doing. Gann did talk about him a little bit today. They're going to let him do whatever he's got to do to be successful in this defensive line, that he's in the perfect situation in Philadelphia. And that's a really good thing to hear, because I think he's got really good players around him on the defensive line, with Brandon Graham and Fletcher Cox and Hargrave being mentors, and how far ahead Jordan Davis could be and how much he could go. So other than that, guys, pretty much it. Let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you guys on the next camp notes of training camp. Peace out, guys. SHAKESQUAD up, follow us. Peace out. Peace.